Also, just for everyone in the meeting already who is here, I'm just going to say this now, and then I'm going to say it once the meeting starts. This meeting is recorded, so by being on this meeting, you are being recorded, just so everybody is aware.
I believe when something's being recorded, the chat doesn't appear. So you can tell people if they have questions, instead of like going on camera to ask it, if they want, they can just put it in the chat.
Okay, yeah. So what Elizabeth just said, and then we'll announce it again when the meeting starts. All right, so I said this a couple minutes ago, but I just want to say again, unless you're an executive on FBC, please just turn off your microphone and camera until the end. It'll help with the feedback. And then at the end, if you feel comfortable, you can turn on your mic and camera and ask questions. Or if you're not comfortable, since this is being recorded, you can always comment in the chat. So maybe give it like a minute or two, and then we'll get started.
Right, we'll just wait a little bit more until we get more people.
All right, I think we're good to get started. Noah, want to take it away?
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fall General Meeting. My name is Noah Meany, and I'm one of the co-presidents of the Future Vets Club.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tula Sifling, and I'm the other co-president of the Future Vets Club. Now let's meet the rest of the executive. So for any executives in the chat, if you guys want to just turn on your mics and cameras, and I'll go through and introduce you guys. All right. So here's everyone. First, we have our really helpful advisor, Elizabeth. She kind of guides us through all the event planning and anything else that needs help with on FBC. There she is. And then, like I said, we have the co-presidents, that's Noam and I. And then we have the events coordinators, if you guys want to say a little hello if you're in the chat.
Hey,
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Go ahead, Ananya.
I'm Ananya. I'm one of your events coordinators, like Tula just said.
And I'm Jackson, and I am the other events coordinator.
Awesome. Then we have our secretary.
Hey everyone, my name's Jody, and like Tula said, I'm the secretary this year.
Then we have website and marketing officer.
Hey guys, I'm Spencer. Like Tula just said, I'm the website marketing officer.
Then we've got communications.
Hi everyone, I'm Kyla and I'm the communications officer.
And then we have our senior treasurer and our junior treasurer.
I'm Janice, I'm the senior treasurer.
I'm Maheen and I'm the senior treasurer. Junior treasurer, I'm so sorry.
Got co-treasurers now. And then we have the senior editor of the Omnis Animalis.
Hi everyone, I'm Tanika. I'm the senior editor of the Omnis.
And then we have the junior editor of the Omnis Animalis.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the junior editor of the Omnis.
And then there's just us in our new virtual format. Hope you enjoy that picture. And next we're going to talk about some of the new positions opening up on FVC.
So we currently have 2 positions open up in the FBC, one of them being the executive assistant role. This involves assisting the executive team in planning virtual events and shadowing executives for future roles in the club. We also have our program representative position, which is less of a hands-on role and involves meeting with students in your program once a month to talk about the FVC or the OVC application process. We'll be having 3 positions open for the executive assistant and 1 program representative per program. If you want to learn more about the application process, please visit our socials on Facebook, our website, and our Instagram. And if you have any questions at all, please email fbc@uoguelph.ca. Now let's get to our meeting agenda.
All right, so in today's meeting, we're going to be talking a little bit about how the FBC works as a club and some things going on internally. Then we're going to be talking about upcoming events that we have, and then we're going to go into the clothing and merch that we offer for the club. Then we're going to have a little talk about our blog, the Omnis Animalis, and then we're going to talk about the important dates to keep in mind for applying to the OVC for fall 2021. And lastly, we're going to have a question period and talk about how to keep in touch and up to date with the club. So first, we're going to talk about what actually is the Future Vets Club.
So what is the Future Vets Club? The Future Vets Club is an undergraduate student-run club. We're an events-based organization with more than 350 members. We offer a variety of events covering networking with different veterinarians in many different fields, webinars for veterinary school talks, interactive annual events where you get to ask and learn about their husbandry, experience with the interview process through OVC, and much, much more. Due to COVID-19, we have a decreased membership fee of $5. You have to be a member to access our free virtual events. Members get added to our listserv and get discounts on paid events. And a reminder to everyone to try and send in the $5 e-transfer to fbc@uoguelph to become an official member. Now we have our upcoming events.
All right, so some of the upcoming events that we have in the next couple months. First, we're going to have the Future Vets Club course feedback event that's happening on October 1st. This is where some of the executives and a couple really helpful members came together and talked a little bit about the different courses they took and study strategies that helped to get them through those courses. So I'm really hoping that'll be super interesting and helpful, and stay tuned for that. Then on October 6th, we're going to have our MMI/Casper Q&A advice event. So usually that's combined with the fall general meeting, but last year it took a lot of time and we figured people would have a ton of questions and the highly achieving interview participants would have a lot to say. So definitely come to that if you want to hear more about the MMIs or Casper, and hopefully you'll get some good advice that you can apply when you're applying. Then on November 7th, we have our virtual Toronto Zoo trip. So here are some pictures off to the side of what that looked like last year. Unfortunately, it's definitely not going to look like how it looked on the bottom of the screen, but we're hoping to still try to see some friends like on the top and still kind of get that social interaction and a really good option to get educated on some of the animals and the practices that happen at the zoo. And then in February and March, we're going to be giving you guys more information on what we're doing for mock MMIs/mock Casper. We don't quite know yet because it is kind of a toss-up for this year. But as soon as we do know, we're going to be giving you more information. So stay up to date with our socials and our listserv for that. And then we're also going to be having a virtual Ripley's Aquarium trip, which will be hopefully similar to the zoo trip where you can ask questions and just see the different goings on of the aquarium. But instead of the zoo, again, it's the Toronto Aquarium. And then we're also going to have our virtual networking brunch. This will be somewhat similar to the brunch last year in the sense that you'll get a chance to talk to vets in different professions. However, it will take place over the course of 2 weekends, and we're really hoping to diversify the professions that we have represented, as now we can invite people from all over. And we most likely will be having polls come out soon on what types of vets you'd like to see. So keep on our Instagram for that. And then some other events we have coming up are our international school talks. So this is just to give you guys a little bit of an option besides OVC that you can look into for veterinary school. So on October 8th, we have the University of Edinburgh located in Scotland. October 29th, we have the Royal Veterinary College located in London. And on October 22nd, we have Ozterac Virtual Fair. So that is actually not FVC specific, but we thought we would make it an option for you guys. And this would just go over the different options for veterinary school in Australia. And as these dates approach closer, we will give you guys the times and meeting links for those. And then we will most likely have more international school talks coming up as well. And we will announce those as they come up. So then, here are some of the great pictures that our website and marketing officer took last year of the different events. Again, unfortunately, no big groups, so it's not going to look like the picture on the bottom left, but hopefully we will still get a good opportunity to learn some cool new stuff and to talk to some vets. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the clothing we offer.
So as you can see on our slide, these are our past merch lines. They're still accessible and you will be able to purchase them soon. As you can see, we do have a lot of options, and we actually have our new line of merch on the next slide, which is our t-shirt and crew neck sweater with this front and back design. We will get to you with the sizing options and the prices in the next couple of weeks. And design credits go to the winner of our summer logo competition, the talented Daniela Seiden. Awesome job with the logo, and we can't wait to see it on our merch. Please pay attention to the listserv and our socials for when our merch will be available. Now, next up is the Omnis Animalis.
So we're going to have Danica and Alex talk a little bit about that. So if you guys want to take it away.
Hi guys. So the Omnis is the Future Vets Club blog. And basically what we do on the Omnis is we post pieces, hopefully bi-weekly this year, on pieces written by people like vets or vet students, undergraduate students. We're hoping to get a couple profs to write this year. And so you can look out for the pieces this year because we have a couple really cool ones lined up for the semester and the next semester. And so we'll be advertising the pieces on our social media and also on our listserv. So you can check those out when they come out. The first one should be out sometime. First one this year should be out sometime this week or next week. And yeah, you can check us out on on www.futurevetsclub.com under the Omnis Animalis blog tab. And yeah, and I'll pass it on to Alex.
Hi, everyone. So as Danica said, we post hopefully bi-weekly pieces by vets, vet students, aspiring veterinarians, and more. If anyone, if any of you guys wanted to write a piece for the blog, we would love that. You can email us at the email that Elizabeth posted in the chat. If you want to get some idea of what kind of pieces we post and what kind of pieces you could write for us, you can check out at the Omnis Animalis tab at the website that Danica mentioned. It has all of our old pieces on there from the past few years, so you can get an idea of what kind of things we post and what kind of things you can look forward to in the upcoming year.
Thank you guys so much. Now we're going to talk about some important dates for applying to the OVC this year. So this would be applying for fall 2021 entry, not fall 2020. So by December 1st, you're going to want to submit your internal transfer form or your OUAC 105D form and your application fee. The internal transfer form is when you're transferring right from U of G to the OVC. And then I'm not sure that we have anyone from other universities tuned into our FGM right now, but if we do, that would be the form that they would use. And then I'm going to probably say this a couple times, but if you look for more information on that, you can go to the OVC website. Kyla or Elizabeth, do one of you guys want to maybe post that in the chat so everyone has quick access to it? So again, if there's anything that I don't go in depth on or that you have questions about that you don't get answered at this meeting, go to that website. So then on February 1st, you're going to want to submit your background information form, which again, you can find on the website. It's pretty straightforward. And then by March 1st, you're going to want to have your 3 referee assessments in, and you're going to want those submitted online directly by the references. So these are your letters of recommendation. And you're going to need 2 vets that you've worked with and 1 professional reference. So for a professional reference, you can use a boss, a professor, someone you've worked closely with in a professional setting, an advisor, but again, this cannot be a family member or a friend, so please keep that in mind before applying. And then also due on March 1st are your official transcripts from all post-secondary institutions. What's nice about the University of Guelph is if you go here undergrad, they're automatically transferred into the OVC. So that's really great. And then if you have any questions, please email vetmed@uoguelph.ca for anything related to admissions. And then course related questions, you can do admdvm@uoguelph.ca. Elizabeth, do you have anything to add to that?
No, that's good. I mean, I'll hang out for the question period, so if people have more specific questions about admissions, we can answer that.
For sure. All right. And now we're going to talk a little bit about how to stay in touch with FVC.
So staying up to date, our members can stay up to date with our listserv, where you get FVC event updates and important OVC dates updates. We have our website, which is www.futurevetsclub.com. We are found on Grip Life as Future Vets Club. And we have our Facebook, which is University of Guelph Future Vets Club, and our Instagram, which is FVC Guelph. You can also email us at fvc@uoguelph.ca if you have any questions at all. That wraps up the end of the presentation. We'll now be taking questions. Also, just a reminder, this is a recording, so if you don't feel comfortable with being recorded on video, you can also use the chat to ask the questions.
Will we have to come on campus for any events or anything? No.
Everything's
campus is closed.
Completely virtual.
Yes, so no worries about that. Our whole mission this year is designed to accommodate our virtual format. So yes, please don't worry about coming on campus, like Elizabeth said. Not that we are planning. If you hear about anything that is on campus, it is not associated with Future Vets Club. Elizabeth, I'm going to have you take that one. For can anyone other than or can our professional reference be someone we shadowed but did not necessarily work for?
And my mic is not on. Okay, so I think shadowing is kind of the same thing as working with. So when we talk about veterinary experience, we're not talking about compensated. It doesn't have to be paid for. It could be volunteer too. It's as long as you're in the same room as a vet, watching how they work and learning more about how they perform the profession, that's veterinary experience.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Can anyone from other universities become a member? I believe so. I believe you can become a member if you are from other universities, as long as you pay the membership fee. But I think, yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, let's see what happens.
What should we set the security question when doing the e-transfer? Janice, are you on this chat right now?
Hi. Yeah, I'm here.
Do you know the answer to the question, what should we set for the security question when doing e-transfer?
Question, you can write whatever you want as long as the password is FVC, FVC. Just it makes it a lot easier for me to fill it out. Also, please, when you're sending your e-transfer, can you please write your U of G email in the notes? And also tell me your full name, because there's a lot of you guys and I can't just write first names. Thank you. Any other questions about it?
Nope, that's all that I saw.
And just to reiterate what Ananya said in the chat, executive applications are due October 1st at 11:59 p.m.
Yes, thank you, Ananya. To write for the Omnis Animalis, do we have to be in a certain year? Danica or Alex, you guys answer that.
No, you don't have to be in a certain year. If you are interested in all-in writing for us, you can send an email to the email that Elizabeth put in the chat, and we can talk more about it. Also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us there. But nope, you don't have to be in a certain year.
I might have missed it because I joined late, so we pay the membership fee through e-transfer. Yes, pay the membership fee through e-transfer at fdc@uoguelph.ca. And then, like Janice said, if you just heard her, please use your UO Guelph email, include that in the e-transfer, and then your full name. It's very important. We send the executive application. You can send the executive application to the same email that I just listed. I'm just going to type that in the chat.
It's in there already.
Sorry?
Kyla put it up right before you did.
Oh, look at this. Great minds, Kyla. Does anyone know what day the monthly program representative meetings would be on? We don't have a scheduled date for that yet. We would mostly cater to your availability as the program representative, and then anyone from your program who would want to tune into those meetings would just have to accommodate your schedule. No problem.
No worries.
Any other questions? Do we have to pay the $5 membership fee every year?
So
Yes.
this year, specifically because of COVID, the fee is reduced to $5 for the entire year. When things go back to normal, we'll definitely let everyone know what, if anything, will change at that. But yes, for now, it's $5 every year.
Yes, as long as we're online, I think we'll probably keep it at $5, but don't quote me on that. We might change it depending on the scope of events we're able to do virtually. But usually it is $10 per year, but there is a membership fee every year. So you pay it in the beginning of the year and that covers the whole year. You can also pay half the fee to be a member for one semester, but it is only $5 a semester. So it, in my opinion, makes more sense just to have yourself covered for the whole semester. but it's up to you. Need a security question for e-transfer.
I've already sent the $5 as well as included my U of G email, but I did not mention my full name. Do I need to send an additional email with my full name and U of G email? If you mind, Eleanor, if you don't mind just sending another email with your full name and U of G email, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's hard for Janice to know who you are if she doesn't have your name.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eleanor, I think you did send it with your full name. I think. There were people that didn't. I have a list of people that did, but I think Eleanor did her full name down.
Okay. Yeah. Good job, Eleanor.
Great job, Eleanor.
Any other questions?
And if you forget a question later, if you have another question the next couple of days, again, please feel free to contact us at fec@uoguelph.ca.
I also would like to say that after this meeting, we are going to be making a new Microsoft Teams channel with official members who have paid the membership fee and who will be included in the membership benefits, such as the listserv. So this Teams channel will no longer be viable after this meeting. It was just to kind of get you guys a platform where you could come to the meeting, but now that we're going to have an official one, don't expect events to be in this one anymore. FEC as an answer to the security question doesn't fit. It needs to be longer. Sarah, yes, if you wouldn't mind sending another email with your full name, that'd be great.
And Anna, if it still doesn't work, you can contact us or Janice, and we'll definitely figure out a situation.
Yeah. This is a weird one. Yes,
Nadia, please.
Also, congratulations. Those
congratulations, Nadia.
Questions. I do remember you winning.
It was a fun trivia, huh?
Yeah, you beat me, Nadia. You beat me on the FEC trivia. You're gonna do just fine in university then.
For sure.
Any other questions that anyone has? Also, at this time, if you want to, you can totally turn your mic on and your camera on and ask questions. Again, no pressure because it is recorded. But I just want to put that out there. If you guys want to, you feel like it would be easier to ask a question that way, feel free. Where can we buy the merch? Okay, so we're going to be giving you guys a lot more details about that in probably the next couple of weeks. So just a little outline of the plan that we have right now is we're going to be putting out the options for the merch orders online on probably our website and our just regular socials that we listed earlier in the meeting. And yes, like the Facebook group, of course. And so we were gonna set up a potential pop-up shop. We have to, of course, evaluate all of the options as the date gets closer, but we were gonna do potentially a pop-up shop in Guelph where everyone would be distanced, wearing masks, not on campus, where you could come pick it up. Or if you were not in the area and not close to the area and didn't want to pick it up, didn't feel safe, we were going to try to work with our merch coordinator to figure out a way to get that to you guys. So we don't have specifics for how that's going to work yet, but once we do, we will definitely let you know through the listserv. But we're really going to try to make it an option for everyone because we want everyone to be able to participate in a similar way that they did last year, even if you don't feel safe or, you know, have to stay virtual for distance reasons. But definitely hope you buy the merch this year because we've got some pretty cool designs. I like to think we've got pretty talented artistic members, and I'm definitely going to be repping that merch. Any other questions? If you have admissions questions too, you can ask in here because Elizabeth is here and ready to answer your questions. All right, I think we'll officially, if there's not a continuous stream of questions, we'll probably officially end the meeting at 7:30. So we'll leave it open for the next 2 minutes in case anyone thinks of anything.
Thank you everyone for coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wait. Can we include Vec Tech hours on the OVC application? Elizabeth, do you want to answer that?
Well, absolutely. I hope you will. But again, I'm not sure if you mean being a vet tech or working with vet tech, but both of them are yes. But again, if you're working with a vet tech, we wouldn't consider that veterinary experience. That would be either animal or work experience. It's really just working with a vet that you count as vet experience.
Yeah. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Sure.
What is the Facebook group?
The Facebook group, you can search for it. It is called sorry, I was getting the exact.
Go back to the slide, actually.
Thank you. It is the University of Guelph Future Vets Club.
Yeah.
Kyla, do you maybe want to link that in the chat if possible? Or Spencer?
Yeah, I can add that into the chat.
Thank you so much.
Elizabeth, I think you have another question in the chat as well.
Yes, absolutely. So anyone who supervised you, who's in a position of more of authority over you, is a good choice as a reference. And a vet tech can certainly be that third reference for you.
And Leora, the merch will be available soon. Please pay attention to our socials and our listserv. We'll be giving you updates there.
Yeah, but it's not currently on the website. Yep, Kayla, you're exactly right. The security question can be anything. It just needs to be FEC for the password. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer.
All right. Are there any more questions? We'll wait for last minute questions and then we'll probably end the meeting there if there aren't any more. How have you gained vet and animal experience during COVID? So it's different for everyone. It's obviously pretty difficult to get experience. So don't feel discouraged if you haven't been able to find some good experience yet. But at least for me, I've been working at the clinic that I have been working at for 3 years at home, not currently while in school. But they were able to stay open after a couple of weeks, which was nice. So that's how I've been getting animal experience. But I believe as long as, Elizabeth, please correct me if I'm wrong or say anything that isn't quite right. You don't have to have a minimum number of hours anymore. So if you have some that you feel is very valuable, you can still use that and don't feel like you don't have anything. But just keep looking around, try to find options that are, something you feel comfortable with.
Try as much as you can. Try sending in as many applications as possible.
Yeah, you're right, Tula. There's no minimum number of hours. It's more about quality. And don't forget, we always tell people that it's not just about clinical experience. You can get veterinary experience in research, volunteering in one of the departments here at OBC that has a veterinarian faculty member, and find out more about their research. You can volunteer with someone in the pharmaceutical industry, in the nutrition industry. I don't know if people are aware, but the Royal Canin office is right in Guelph, so it might be worthwhile to find out who works there and try to meet with them and find out more about their work. There's still possibilities out there. Yeah, we understand that working in clinics might be a little difficult now, but from what I hear, there's a lot of opportunity too, because there's still a lot of work to be done at the clinics. The actual clinics haven't slowed down since COVID. If anything, they've gotten more busy. So, yeah, just keep trying. I don't know if people are aware. I'm going to put up CVO. So CVO, hold on a second, CVO.org. So CVO is the College of Veterinarians of Ontario. They're the licensing body for veterinarians in Ontario. And so they have a complete listing of licensed vets in Ontario on their website. So you can search by place, you can search by, a specialty, if someone is a trained specialist in emergency critical care kind of thing. And you can always reach out to them and, tell them that you're in Guelph and you want to gain some experience because you want to apply to the vet program down the road. Every single one of them were in the same situation when they were a pre-vet student because they had to do the same thing, right? So hopefully, even with social distancing and the rules, you can still probably do a bit of volunteering. It's just might be a bit more challenging.
Yeah, those are some great points. Thank you, Elizabeth, for bringing that up. Yeah, again, like she said, you don't need to be in a clinic to get clinic experience under a vet. Lots of different ways to do that. Also, animal experience is important too. So that might be easier to get, which would not be directly under a vet. I don't know if some of the executives currently in the chat want to maybe talk about any experiences they've gotten to kind of spark some inspiration.
On it, I worked a little bit in a kennel. Kennels are a great place to get animal experience, as well as a breeder. That obviously is a little bit harder to find, but again, kennels are like an amazing experience to get animal hours.
Thanks. True that.
A suggestion I would also have, I'll just turn my camera on here one sec, is looking at work that's available on farms, just because that is an outdoor setting. So if you are a bit more cautious with COVID, you can at least keep a pretty safe environment. And there have been quite a few advertisements for farmers looking for work, whether that's dairy or even horse farms. There's tons of options, goats, sheep. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because like I said, it might be a bit of a safer environment with you being able to kind of maintain bigger distances and fresh air and things like that. So that would be an option.
Yeah, thank you, Jody. That's a really important thing too. If you're feeling uncomfortable, there are lots of ways that you can be accommodated.
I also suggest looking at our listserv. I know once you sign up for the membership, we're trying to find whatever opportunities come our way, we'll post it on the listserv. And we are trying to find ways to get more volunteer opportunities for our members. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully we can get you guys something. But yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Ananya, for bringing that up. Also, we did talk a little bit about this in our live stream event that we had during O Week. So that is currently on YouTube if you want to check that out. We go more in depth on like what each of us have been up to in regards to getting experience.
Husan asked a question in the chat about what was the minimum hours needed before. Really, there was never a time when OEC had a minimum number of hours. But on the other side, if you only got 5 or 10 hours of veterinary experience, when you apply, the committee that's reviewing your application is going to wonder how committed you are to the profession and to really discovering if this is really what, the career for you. So it's about quality, and it's about really, getting a sense of what you're going to be doing day to day. We also ask that you get some experience in North America, mainly because OVC is going to train you to be a veterinarian within the Ontario and Canadian context. We do have Americans and other international students in our program, but a lot of what you learn are the standards of Canadian veterinary medicine or North American veterinary medicine.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Some of the helpful advice that I've gotten and seen given a lot is to write down your experiences that you have whenever you do get a chance to work with animals or work with a vet, and really just sit down, kind of reflect on that experience, analyze the different aspects of the situations you've been involved in, and really start thinking about, how can I apply this to an interview? How can I talk about this in a setting where, I'm going to be demonstrating my ability to think about situations as a veterinarian. So yeah, just maybe writing things down might help you as well, kind of get the most out of your experience that you do get.
Try to keep it a logbook. A logbook's a great idea. It's just good to have your hours down as well as writing down like particular experiences you had that day, etc.
Mm-hmm. Elizabeth just said log your hours and tasks and what you learned. Separate out your time, vet versus animal. Yes, separate out the times that you've worked with directly under a vet, which is your veterinary experience, and then just your animal work, because those are separate parts on the application. And then we also got a question that says, what other international schools are you looking into having talks/meetings for FBC members? I'm going to have Ananya or Jackson answer that. Oh, Ananya, you're muted.
Oh, whoops. This semester we're trying to get 4 or 5 universities. So we're trying to get Melbourne, from Australia. We've gotten Royal Veterinary College from London. We've gotten University of Edinburgh from Scotland, and we're trying to get a couple others from Australia as well. We have to see if that works out, depending on if the timings work out in both ends. But we do have quite a few we have some from New Zealand, we have some from England, we have some from the Caribbean. So we have Ross, we have St. George's. We have quite a few. So once we kind of know more details about when we could potentially be having them, we will let you know on our social media and through the listserv. But yeah, for right now, we have a few from London, England, and Australia. Not England, Scotland.
Thank you, Ananya. Yeah, we're really trying to give you guys an all-encompassing view of the types of programs available out there. I didn't know Royal was ranked #1 in the world. That's insane. Wait, really? I thought it was UC Davis or Cornell. I must have been mistaken. Oh.
Whoa.
So I guess they must have updated the stats since I last checked. Go Royal.
Well,
And are we 4th?
definitely top 10.
I think we're in top 10.
We are, yes. Are we 4th?
Yes.
I think 6th. I feel like I might be wrong though.
Elizabeth, you're killing us with the suspense. We need a number. Oh, okay. Not in the world though. Wow.
Wow.
Look at that. Right around the corner. Yes, OVC is a great program. #1 in Canada, true that. Also, I just want to say that as an international student, your dates for applying to the OVC are going to be a little bit different, and it doesn't matter if you're coming from the University of Guelph undergrad, you're still going to be applying in the international cohort. So please look on the website and find out when that is, because it would be really unfortunate if you wanted to apply and then missed your deadlines because you didn't know that you were applying with the international cohort and their dates were different. So yes, please keep that in mind. Also, Elizabeth, thank you for the GIF.
You can email the OVC admissions. They have their email on their site, and you can ask there any questions about applications, international students, if you're applying from the graduate cohort, anything.
True. You can also email vetmed@uguelph.ca.
All right. Do we have any last questions? Apparently we do.
All of you applying this year. Well, not all of us, but some of us are. Do the people who are applying want to talk? Maybe not.
I'm Jody, I'm the secretary, and I do plan on applying this year. I don't know if you have any specific questions about that, but I'm one of them at least.
Yes. Thanks, Jody.
I think there are more of us, but we might just be a little shy right now.
I understand. It's a big thing. I mean, I personally do. Yes, they are. Matt and
Like
Kendall.
presidents from last year are in.
How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Excited, nervous. I don't know. Probably a little bit more nervous, but yeah, I feel like anyone who's coming closer to the actual point of applying is like it's a lot of emotions, but we'll see.
We're all rooting for you, Jody.
All of us.
Thank you.
Yes, we are. Aw.
Thank
Jody,
you.
so much support. Yeah, actually, last year's co-presidents who are at the OVC right now, I believe they both wrote a piece for the Omnis Animalis. So if you guys want to go check that out, so Kendall was one of the co-presidents last year. She wrote just a letter from the co-president as kind of like a farewell and a little bit of an overview on how, you know, everything went, how she was feeling. And then Matt, the other co-president, wrote like a little guide to studying. And I got to be honest, I haven't read it yet, but I really intend to, because I've heard he said some really great tips, and he was a strong studier for sure. So
Very
I
strong.
his tips. You guys know how many people get accepted each year. So those stats are actually on the admissions website. If someone wants to plug those into the chat. Oh.
And out of that 120, a certain amount come from undergraduate applications in Canada. Yeah, there we go. And then 5 or something are graduate cohorts, and then another 10 or 15 are international.
Yeah.
Exactly. Again, you can find all this information on the admissions website.
Mm-hmm. You can also find past year's averages for their marks, and then also for their interview scores. Definitely really helpful to stalk the OVC admissions website. You can also find all the prerequisites that you need for applying to the OVC on the admissions website. So again, check that out.
Yeah, please check that out when you are picking courses.
Mm-hmm. I can't stress enough that if you're a first year, get a head start on at least just know what you need to go if you're planning, especially if you're planning on applying in your third year. Because last year I did talk to a lot of the members on the FEC and also like looked at, the website, and I found it super helpful to just know, at least that way going into second year, I had more of like an actual plan for what I was going to do.
At the same time too, you can apply in fourth year. It is okay.
Yes. Or after.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, you get 4 attempts. Yeah. Another piece of advice about that was apply when you're the most comfortable with applying and you feel the most confident. Yeah, like Elizabeth said, some people work for a while, then apply. So if you're like my grades are good, but I'm really feeling like my experience is not where it needs to be, listen to that feeling, and it's better to put it off a year than waste an attempt just because you want to try to get in as soon as possible.
Exactly. You want to come in as prepared as you can be.
Exactly. And there's no shame in that whatsoever.
At all.
Any other questions? Yes, thank you, everyone. All right, I guess if there's no other questions, we can probably wrap up the meeting. I just want to thank you guys so much for coming and attending and being such a great group of people listening and asking such good questions. I hope I see you guys at some of our virtual events. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming. We're excited to see you at our next event.
Yes. This is actually recorded, so it will be uploaded on to some form. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to upload it on right now. But yes, you can access this in the future. All right. Then I guess I'm going to end the meeting there.
Thank you again, everyone, for coming.